Good morning, guys. It is a frigid cold morning up here on this mountain. As you guys can see, the windows are totally frozen over. The entire truck's covered in ice. I believe it got down to almost -8 degrees Celsius last night. I stopped checking the thermometer and fell asleep. I'm just trying to get my battery to my jacket plugged in because I have one of these electric batteries, these heated jackets. Oh, where's the plug? I think it's on this side. Oh, it's right here. All right, so it is cold out, and there was no sunrise out across this this look-off this morning, unfortunately, but the sun has come up high enough that it's visible in the clouds, so kind of strange. No sunset, but it's up now, so might as well get out there and enjoy it. So just gonna flick this on and get it pumping some heat because it is cold out here, guys. Whew. I thought it was funny when I brought this jacket on this trip because when I left home it was freezing cold and snow, and then I got here to the island and it was almost like summertime. Well, guys, I think this is a pretty epic way to start a beautiful morning out here on top of this mountain overlooking this valley with this meandering river. We've got big golden pockets of cloud and fog rolling up out of the valley. It's beautiful, beautiful. It is crisp and cold, but you'll notice it's really not windy at all. So there's no wind yet. and I think it's going to be a pretty beautiful day out today. So I'm going to relax here, kind of explore these rocks a little bit, because when I arrived late last night, I got some epic views, beautiful, crisp, golden, purplish sunset off in the distance. And today we get the sunrise and a little bit more visibility. So I'm just going to explore around here while sipping on my coffee and basically finish up and then make my way back to the truck. All right, I feel like a cat looking for a perfect little perching location, my perfect little coffee drinking location. I think I found it. So late last night when I rolled into this area, this is where I came. I came right up here. That would be in the last episode. And I sat right here and I had a beautiful look out over this valley from this mountaintop. Got the river directly down below, straight front and center. And it was amazing, but the light did not last long, and I made my way into the truck, lit the fire, and had some fun over there. But this morning, it is crisp, it is cool. I got a beautiful view all the way out over this valley. Now I'm gonna really chill out and enjoy some coffee, guys. So I wanna soak in the scenery for a few moments. Alright, so walking back to the truck, and it looks like I'm not the only puppy out here. Looks like coyote tracks right out of here, and the truck's about 15 yards that way. So these are rather fresh in the snow. He might have walked through here as I was coming out of the truck, because it stopped snowing only about an hour and a half before I came out of the truck. So these are very, very fresh. My guess is he's around here somewhere. So eyes and ears open, keep my hood off for a little while anyways, and make my way back over to the truck right through this tree forested area. Alright, so I'm just going to split a piece of wood and load one more into the stove. I don't really need much more, but I may want to warm up a cinnamon bun right here. So while the coals are there, split this piece down and get it in there. Alright, so that should come back to life in moments. And what I've been doing, guys, is I've been storing a lot of the firewood. So if you guys have been following me on this entire adventure, you guys will know that I slept up in the mountains and it poured with rain. It was muddy, real slick, and I found all these hardwood pieces. Well, these were totally soaked. I mean, the insides were dry, but the outsides were really wet. So what I've been doing is I've just been placing them underneath of the stove and doing it this way, cycling some of them in and out. I got to grab some more from underneath the truck in the wood bin to get some more in here, but effectively cycling them in and out. They're totally dry now, so they catch really nice and they burn really, really well overnight. So I am going to stock some more underneath of there before I leave this location and do a little bit of a cleanup, have my breakfast, and then it's basically going to be time to hit the road. Looking down the trail, everything is total ice. All those major puddles we went through last night are total ice. So it's going to be a crunchy, loud, noisy ride out of here, but it's going to be fun. So let this catch flame again, get my cinnamon bun over here, and get at it, guys. Okay, so I'm just taking a look at the map right now, and I do not have any actual planned destination today. So today is literally a wing it kind of day. I did a ton of driving yesterday, so if you guys caught the episode before this, I left Meat Cove, which is way far north, and I traveled all the way down the road to Neils Harbor. When I got there, the road was totally washed out, all the heavy rain, so it was non-passable. That's the only road to come down to Sydney. So that meant I had to backtrack all the way through the Highlands, which was an epic drive, by the way. I'm really happy that happened. So I had to go all the way back through the Highlands, all the way down through Margaree Forks. When I got to Margaree Forks, I can show you guys right here on the map, I had to travel down a road and then a bridge washed out, so I had to detour again, which led me to the bottom of a mountain, a dirt road, and then I had to backtrack all the way back up. It was like an hour and a half, just a dirt road drive. Very, very far, a lot of driving. So today I have no idea where I'm headed. Okay, so here's Neils Harbor. I got here and this entire road was all washed out. There was a bridge that was out, so I could not go past. So I had to turn around and backtrack all the way up here by Cape North and then follow this red line, which then continues on this map all the way down through the Highlands, right up along the ocean, which comes out up here and all the way down. I stopped along a lot of ways though, guys. I had a really great time. And then came to Margaree Forks, turned all the way down here, and there was a bridge somewhere in here that was out. I believe it's right here. So I had to detour on this little yellow road all the way up here, and then I crossed, came down along the water, and then this little Forest Service road, this one right where my finger's at, is my inn. So I came in, and it's Snowmobile Route 104, and I came all the way up this mountain road, all the way backtracking, literally all the way up to where I'm at right here. So I came from basically Bellecote, Margaree Harbor, all the way down and then back up. And it does look like there is a possible road to gain access to the mountain right here. So I could have shaved off about an hour, but I had no idea that was there last night. So a lot of backcountry areas to explore for sure. So hopefully that gives you guys some perspective as to how much traveling I did yesterday. I'm actually really happy the road was knocked out and I had to turn back. I got to do so many incredible things, and it led me to this location right here, which I originally scratched off the list because it was so far out of the way from the other destinations I wanted to reach. Everything happens for a reason. I think coming up here definitely was a blessing, absolutely. So I'm going to study this map in a few minutes here just to kind of look at where I can go and where I want to go. What do I want to see? So close that for a moment. I do have my cinnamon bun underneath of the stove, and it looks like it's warming up quite nicely. There's not a whole lot of heat that transfers through the bottom of this stove. That's the reason why I don't have a heat protector. And also the side. So you'll notice the side is blued and discolored. The tailgate doesn't burn. So I didn't bother putting a heat shield here. This is totally safe. I've been rocking it like this for over 2 months now, guys, and this has had no issues. The jack as well, no issues. If you're interested to see how I did this, I do have a video on it. I got a playlist on the whole truck camper build, so check it out. But I'm just gonna let that cook away, melt and the frosting on top, and eat that. I've got my coffee up there. I'm gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna fire the truck up and start down this road. Alright guys, so we're on the road right now, and I just went through some really awesome frozen mud puddles. That was pretty cool. A couple hidden rocks inside of them. The same puddles I went through last night to get in there, but today they were frozen, so that was pretty awesome. And one other thing is I saw our little coyote friend. He was running down the road. Unfortunately, I had my phone switched on GPS and I was unable to film any of it. By the time I got my phone switched into camera, he was long gone. So it definitely was a big bushy coyote, and he took off in a hurry. So one thing I have not seen yet in Cape Breton is a moose. I have not seen a moose or a bear, so I'm on my, it's gotta happen. I mean, we have to see a moose, right? So hopefully with any luck during this trip, I got a couple more days left on the island. Hopefully we'll see a moose. That would be epic. I'd really like that to happen, but the island has been treating me very well, I will say that. Got into some awesome locations, and hopefully there's more to come. So I'm gonna focus on the road here. It's very bumpy, and we've got probably an hour of this to drive to get off of this mountain. And once I get off the mountain, I'm gonna be heading to the nearest gas station to gas up, and then make a plan from there and make it happen. So a little bit of an update, guys. I just had to pull over because the back window was totally wide open, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. So there was a bag of food on top of the fridge in the back seat, and going down this bumpy road, it had basically fallen over on top of the window switch, and the window went all the way down. Nothing fell out of the truck, but when I went around the side and opened the door, I had a can of beer, and it fell out and landed on the dirt road, and it started spraying all over the place. Well, I picked it up, and I got, of course it's non-alcoholic beer, but it's all over my sweater. So I reek of non-alcoholic beer right now. Yeah, pretty funny. So I was just driving and I heard the window wide open, and I tried rolling it up, but yeah, I had to get out, go move the bag off the switch, roll the window up. So now window lock is on. That was pretty hilarious though, so just thought I'd share that with you guys. We're almost down at the bottom of the mountain right now. We went from snow all the way down back into winter, kind of fall looking forest area. We're almost out of here though, and then I'm gonna hit the gas station and look for another place to basically explore. Okay guys, so I made it down to the bottom of the mountain, and I'm parked right next to a rifle range. So there are people over here shooting. You might hear some noise. I found a little fire pit and a whole bunch of softwood. This basically strips off of logs that people have from sawmills at home and whatnot. So I'm going to take advantage of this. It looks like it's just left for public use. I'm not going to take a lot, just a few pieces. So I got the chainsaw ready to go. It's all softwood. It'll be really nice for get the fire going tonight, possibly tomorrow. It's also a great opportunity to stock up on my wood supply, as I don't know where I'm going today, whether I'm going to be in the mountains or whether I'm going to be in a more public area, maybe on a beach. So I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity while I have it. Chainsaw's ready to go, fully charged battery in it. We'll get some wood up here, and or maybe I'll cut it over here actually. There's a log there. I'll just set it on the stump and cut it up. We'll split it, get it in the bin, and then get back on the road towards the gas station. Back in the truck and on the road, just coming up to the pavement here. So that was a pretty lucky find with that firewood. I think I'm squared away for wood for the rest of the trip. It doesn't look like I'll need any more. So let's just jump on this paved road here. All right. Back to civilization, or at least paved road. We're still out in the middle of nowheres. I've got a little bit of driving to do to get to the gas station. Just looking at my GPS up here on the windshield. Probably about 10 kilometers to go, and then we'll hit the gas station, gas up. And then from there, I was just looking at the map, and it looks like there's a shore location on this kind of very, very small point with a sandy beach. Who knows? We'll head down there, see if it's accessible. And by the way, guys, it is raining again. Shocker, right? So we went from snow to rain, and we're going hopefully to sand. So let's get to that gas station. Okay guys, I just landed at this absolute epic, and I mean epic location. There is one problem though. Well, there's a couple problems. One, it's very, very windy out. Two, it is raining. And three, I don't know if the tide is gonna come up and wash my truck out right where I'm parked, to be honest. I'm out on this very long, narrow piece of land, and there's this really awesome hill just off to the side right behind me. And I don't know if the tide is gonna come up because the water is probably about 25 feet away from the front of the truck right now. And it's incredibly windy, and there's seaweed thrown back here. Now, mind you, there is grass growing here, so I don't think the water's gonna come up that high. Otherwise, it would just kill the grass. But it's very, very windy and exposed out here. I may backtrack down the beach just a little bit, not far. I'm still gonna be maybe 100 yards down the beach. So I'm still gonna be in this general area, but I think that might be the safest bet. Let me roll down the window for you guys just for a real quick second here. It's raining out like crazy, but check this out. So if you guys can see that major hill right off to the side, I was all the way up there. I climbed all the way to the top of that, and the view is absolutely stunning. I got a few photos from up there, so I'm really happy with that. It's wet, guys. As far as sleeping right here, I don't know if I'm going to. I think I am going to backtrack down the beach just a little bit, just to play it safe. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do. So let's get the truck down the beach and parked and get the back configured and get set up for camp tonight. Holy crap, guys. It is a wet one out there. Oh my goodness. The whole truck is just a rocking back and forth. The winds out there are horrendous. The rain, I am absolutely drenched. My socks, my underwear, my pants, boots, everything totally soaked. The view out the window, it is starting to fog up a little bit. The view out the window is incredible though. Those waves are just massive, massive waves, just crashing like crazy. So I'm on the beach, and I parked the door that way because the wind's kind of coming this way and from the front of the truck, so hopefully coming in and out won't be that bad. But this is basically as sheltered as I can get with an ocean view. I could go way back into the trees and call it safe, but that's not fun. I want to be right here, and I want to have this beautiful epic view, and it is insane out there. So unfortunately, I do have to go back outside. I have a rather large stack of firewood inside of the truck right now. I probably brought enough for like 2 nights, but I know I'm going to be stuck inside of the truck, so I might as well have it warm and be able to cook supper and do all that stuff. So unfortunately, I do have to go back outside to open up the roof cap and put on the chimney pipe. So I am actually shivering right now because I'm so cold and wet. Time to get out there. Alright guys, well I'm back inside. I've got the stovepipe installed and the cap on top. I had to get that sweater off. It is absolutely just sopping wet, totally soaked. If you guys can tell, it is windy, windy, windy and rainy like crazy. I'm shivering cold, so I need to get this fire going right away. I have a gigantic mound of firewood that I brought inside just in case, so I'll tidy this up later on, but right now I need fire. So feel myself getting like uncontrollably cold. So I'm just going to stack a few pieces in here in between the tailgate and the stove, and that will dry those pieces out very quickly. Some of this stuff is a little damp where I found it at on the side of the road there coming off the mountain, and it was rained on. The inside of it's rather dry, but it's a little damp, so we'll just load her up. Damper open. The whole truck's rocking back and forth. Like, this is massive, massive heavy wind. Oh yeah. Definitely makes you forget about being soaking wet and cold. Alright, so I'm all finished up with supper and definitely filling. Very, very good meal. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang my boots on top of this light bar up here. I've already got my sleep pants hanging from there. Just going to tie these boots up and that'll help them dry much quicker. Get them up in the hot air, that way tomorrow they'll definitely be dry and I can start the day nice and fresh. So get these hung up here. That'll buy me some more floor space as well. And I've got a lot of firewood in here, so I need all the floor space as possible tonight. So this works. I did this when I was up on the mountain in the snow. My boots were a little wet. I hung them up here like this and they were nice and dry the next morning. So I think that'll work out perfectly fine. Well, it is definitely storming outside and it's too dark to even see, so I actually just cracked the window a little bit and I used my flashlight to peek outside just to keep an eye on that tide line. High tide is coming in right now and I just want to make sure it's not coming up too far, especially with all that wind throwing the water. I got to keep a very close eye on that. So I've got a kettle full of water on top of the wood stove. I'm going to get that nice and hot. And I've been saving a pack of peanut butter hot chocolate mix this entire trip. And I think tonight is the night where I sit here and enjoy it. We got wind, we've got massive rain, we're right on the ocean. I'm sitting in my chair, got the wood stove going. I think tonight's definitely a good night for a hot chocolate. So I'm going to be chilling out here for quite a while. I did capture a bunch of photos before jumping inside of the truck. And I have been bringing my laptop with me on this entire trip, and in the evening I've been editing all my photos and uploading them to Instagram so you guys can stay involved in that. If you're not following me on Instagram, the link's in the video description. If you want to jump on that, feel free to follow me. If not, glad you guys are here on YouTube. So I did get the green lights on, as you guys can see, and if you were following me on previous episodes, you'll know that I had a string of Christmas lights here. Those were a total nuisance when trying to get at things. So I had Christmas lights strung across here, but they were like a stiff wire and they drooped, and whenever you wanted to move them, it just got tangled up and everything. So I ended up putting them in the back seat of the truck, guys. But I could still change one string to red and one to green. So we can still do red on the low, green on the top for that Christmas cheer. I got them on green right now because it is a rather bright color and it's a different color other than white, so it helps kind of build some contrast when I'm inside of here. And I love the green. I like the green. And staring at that wood stove, those flames just flickering away, this is going to be an awesome night. Nice and stormy, rainy, trucks rocking around, wood stove crackling. Definitely going to be fun, guys. So I'm going to let that water come up to temp, mix up my hot chocolate, and enjoy the storm. Peanut butter chocolate. yeah, guys, I'm glad I held off on that. I was gonna drink it the other night. I'm glad I didn't. Definitely feeling that right now. Awesome, incredible. So I'm gonna relax for a few minutes with that, and then I'm gonna fire up the laptop, transfer some images over, and edit some photos. Alright guys, I've got the laptop fired up and I'm ready to start working on some photos and a little bit of video. That means I gotta shut the camera off, get the card out. As you guys can hear, the winds are just a howl and the truck is still rocking back and forth like crazy. It's gonna be a wild night. So I'm gonna end this video right here, guys, and I will see you in the next episode, which will be tomorrow. If you guys haven't checked out the earlier episodes, please do so, follow along, and check out the Instagram for pics. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.